Hello again, welcome to our study. Explain this, please. This is number 14. Well, heap coals of fire on his head. What does that mean? Sounds like you're going to hurt somebody real bad. You're going to keep holes of fire and pour it on somebody's head? Not what you think. Let's look at it. Romans 12 and 20, we get the text. It says this, therefore, if your enemy is hunger, feed him. If he's thirst, give him a drink. In other words, be nice to your enemy, for in doing so, you'll heap coals of fire on his head. So there's a lot of conjectures exactly what that means, but understand this. What he's talking about here is blessings, not vengeance. Okay, here we go. In the Bible lands, things were carried on the head, oftentimes in baskets or clay vessels. You see it constantly. In homes of the people, a perpetual fire was kept burning in something that they called a brazier. The brazier had many uses. They cooked with it, used it for heat, washing, etc., etc. Now, should the fire go out, remember this thing had to be kept going constantly. Should the fire go out, it was necessary to go to a neighbor and get a coal of fire and then go and rekindle the fire in their own brazier. So if you let the fire go out, you had to start a fire again. And they had no lighters in those days, and it was the days before flint and steel and all the rest of those things they used to make fire. So in order to make fire, they had to go get a coal of fire and then go back and start their own fire. Now, I personally have been in a position where I had one single coal in the middle of the winter, in the middle of nowhere, by which to start a fire. And it wasn't easy. Yeah, I got it done because I'm here. But understand, what he's talking about here is not just giving your enemy a coal, you're going to give him a bunch of them. In other words, I know you're my enemy, and I'm going to feed you, and I'm going to give you something to drink. And if you come to me and say, hey, I need to start the fire in my brazier, the fire's going out, can you help me? I'll give you not one coal, but many coals. So it's a blessing. It's not vengeance. You see, one simple coal of fire was sufficient to start a fire. However, several coals or more made the task even easier. To give an enemy provisions by which to live was the issue. We are to forgive them, and if needs be, provide for those who have offended us by showing greater friendship. Boy, those are tough words. We are to forgive, because understand something, you don't forgive, yeah, you get it, you're not forgiven. To the degree that you forgive someone, you are forgiven. Please let that sink in. Well, that'll conclude this one. We'll see you on the next one. Be blessed and be safe.